Welcome back to Just Take Three. Today we want to talk about my experiences with the new Precon or Armory deck from Flesh and Blood IRA. So I got to play it this weekend. It is a straight out of the box, just get ready to play Flesh and Blood. I mean, it's just straight out. This is more new for newer players. I don't think if you've been playing for a couple years in Flesh and Blood, picking up this deck would actually work with you. You probably wouldn't be as excited about it as I am. I'm just really new in Flesh and Blood. I really don't understand what all goes on. The pitch mechanic is a nightmare for me because my background is from Magic the Gathering, and I do love Magic. And I'm just not trying to say, oh, I'm trying to find a new game. Magic made me mad, and I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm crying about it. I love Popper, first off. I gotta say that. But trying to find people to play with, especially in the Magic community, is become hard to do. Sadly, it has. So, having another game, I can at least go and play a couple hours on the weekend in a local armory, and having my own armory deck or CC deck, it is mind blowing. I tried the Gravy Bones. First off, I gotta say that. Somebody like me just really now getting into Flesh and Blood. I've cracked packs in Flesh and Blood, and I pulled some amazing hitters, but just to play Flesh and Blood, especially like CC, I really did not like CC. I was more Blitz player, and I got my Blitz deck. It's in my bag right over in the floor, and it's a Kato. Love that deck. It's just fun. It's just easy, and it's a big brute. It's just swinging for everything. But not many people. Reality is, not many people really likes Blitz. So, especially in the local play group, they'd rather play CC. And that kind of cuts me out out of the gate. Because CC, their decks is expensive. I will say this, you need to go pick up this deck. You absolutely need to. If you're new and you're finding heroes in Flesh and Blood is not your liking, I promise, if you like ninjas, you like simple gameplays, you're not doing a lot of tokens, you're not making the might tokens, you're not making vigilance token. I think it's called vigilance. You're want to like this deck, first off. I played against, I think it was a Guardian. I don't know the name, can't remember it now. But this run almost toe-to-toe with that deck. We was pretty well even all the way through. he was doing so much damage to me, and I was doing almost the same damage back to him. And there's a lot of points after a couple rounds went back, look at the life total, and we'd be both at the same number. So this deck was being able to keep up with a deck. Should have just destroyed this deck. But it was playing, and you know what? I never upgraded the first thing out of this deck. I will be looking to upgrade 4 cards out of the deck. And it is the equipment cards. I will be looking to upgrade that. I don't know about if I'm going to upgrade the weapon. I might have to look at that. Because it's nice, it's at a cheap cost. It only costs 1 to attack with, first off. But it automatically gets go again. And something as a low cost like that, and it not getting put in your graveyard, is a big advantage. I do really like this card. It's probably one of my favorites out of the deck. Let's just be honest. So, how the deck really works, what I've noticed out of it, is it all stems from your hero. And on your second attack, okay, you're going to gain 1. So if you're swinging a 2 at somebody, it's actually a 3 on your second attack. So yeah, I'm swinging 1 on the first one. I'm getting go again. I'm going to pitch something, probably a high pitch value, where I can cast another card. And I should be able to cast another, or pitch one more other card to get more pitch value. And swing on my third. And that's really the chain size you want to go in this deck, what I've seen. You probably can get more tag chain, but 3 seems like it's the most comfortable, first off, for me. So if you can swing, get +1, and then you normally +2 on your second, or 3 if it's the third attack in the attack chain, like this deck is set up to. Instead of swinging like a 4 at somebody, you're swinging like 7 at somebody. So it's very amazing deck. It is very simple. It's very easy to learn. I will say this about this deck. I do not think this deck will stay at the current value it is at. Truthfully, I have played Magic, and I have bought precons, I bought commander decks, and I have bought Flesh and Blood, Armory decks in the past. Only one to be truthful, and it was the Gravy Bones. And from the experience with Gravy Bones, I'm not going to say it's a bad deck and people should just abandon Gravy Bones, because Gravy Bones is a good hero. But you got to look at the people who plays Gravy Bones. They like that mechanic. They like it. Okay? It don't mean I don't like Gravy Bones. It's a bad deck. It is a really good deck. It is just more complex deck for somebody new. Now give me a year playing and learning the game and learning and watching more people play stuff. Then we can sit and talk about Gravy Bones then, and it would be maybe a different game. But on the thoughts, I think if you're new, you're looking for a good Armory deck right out of the box, and that's the key. I'm all about trying to save as much money as I can, trying to get stuff as cheap as I can. I got a feeling here in the next 2 to 3 months, this deck is going to probably go up in price, probably up by $20 to $30. This deck normally is going for $50. I have seen it lower in places, first off. I have seen it at $45. But I have seen recently on it's a real sketch website. I don't know if I would trust it, so I ain't gonna mention the name of it, but it was at $61. I know the Appalachian TCG, they have them going right now for $50. That's a lot of money in a sense, especially when you got to at least pay $4 to $5 for just a basic deck box. I have seen LGSs sell these deck boxes for $8 for the second one. A little high, in my opinion. $4, comfortable range for a deck box. Let's just be honest there. I did sleeve this deck, something I normally do not do, and I use Dragon Shield in this deck to sleeve. And if you're wondering on the color, it was green apple or apple green or something. What is that? Yeah, apple green, not green apple. Should have been green apple. Made more sense. I would have liked that name or color better. But I believe if you're just looking at getting into Flesh and Blood right now, and if you made it this far in the video, is pick up this deck. I mean, I applaud anybody who is trying to watch as many reviews on this deck. Like I said, there's only 4 cards in this deck. I would probably upgrade and look to upgrade sooner is better in that sense. You can't say that in other games. You can't say that in normally how Flesh and Blood is. Even the Gravy Bone, I got looking and I was going to have to at least change about 10 cards out of it and not counting equipment. So, 4 cards, 14, there's not much I would replace in the main deck. Maybe try to put a little more spice in it, maybe make it a little faster. But at the current speed of the deck right now, I would give it 10. I would give it a 10 stars right now all day long. I don't believe anybody is going to be able to find much more of a value. So that's my review on this, and don't sleep on it. Check it out.